The war words between Russia and the West grew intensely personal today, as the Russian Foreign Ministry unleashed a blistering verbal assault on one of Germany's most prominent political figures, Maria Zakharova. The notoriously sharp-tongued spokesperson for the ministry publicly ridiculed Friedrich Merz, the leader of Germany's main opposition party, the Christian Democratic Union, CDU. Zakharova's attack came in response to recent comments from Merz in which he called for a much tougher European stance against Moscow and condemned what he described as Germany's hesitant leadership in the face of Russian aggression. The exchange highlights the Kremlin's strategy of targeting and attempting to delegitimize individual Western politicians who advocate for a more hawkish approach to the conflict. The confrontation began after Friedrich Merz, in a major German newspaper interview, strongly criticized his own government's response to the recent attack in Poland. Merz argued that the sabotage on NATO soil demanded a far more robust and unified reply from the alliance. He called for Germany to take a leading role in providing Ukraine with more advanced long-range weapons and for an immediate increase in military production across Europe. He framed the situation as a direct test of European resolve, suggesting that anything less than a massive show of strength would be interpreted by the Kremlin as weakness and would only invite further Russian attacks. Maria Zakharova responded during her weekly press briefing in Moscow, turning her full attention to the German opposition leader in a tirade laced with sarcasm and historical allusions. She dismissed Merz as an armchair general who was completely detached from reality. She accused him of trying to score cheap political points by beating the drums of war. In a particularly pointed remark, Zakharova suggested that Merz seemed to have a poor memory of what happens when German politicians start talking about the need for military dominance in Eastern Europe. This was a clear and inflammatory reference to Germany's role in World War II, a rhetorical weapon Russia frequently deploys to accuse its European critics of historical hypocrisy. Zakharova went on to claim that Merz's tough talk was not a reflection of genuine German interest, but was instead a performance for his overseas curators in Washington. He argues that his proposal would do nothing to help Ukraine, but would succeed in immolating what was left of European security and prosperity, all for the benefit of the American military-industrial complex. Mr. Merz and politicians like him are not sovereign, he declared. They are reading from a script written for them in Washington, a script that leads to the deindustrialization of Germany and the endless suffering of the Ukrainian people. This line of attack is perfectly aligned with the broader Kremlin narrative, recently articulated by President Putin, that European leaders have surrendered their sovereignty to the United States. The public rebuke from Moscow created an awkward situation from the German government. The Chancellor's office issued a brief statement declining to comment on remarks made by the leader of the opposition. However, a government spokesperson reaffirmed Germany's commitment to supporting Ukraine and working in lockstep with its NATO allies. The incident has put the German government in a difficult position, as it must now navigate between the opposition's demands for a harder line and Russia's clear threats to retaliate against any perceived escalation. In Washington, the State Department took note of the exchange as another example of Russia's aggressive information warfare. A spokesperson for Secretary of State Marco Rubio stated that it is a common tactic of the Kremlin to attack democratic leaders in an attempt to silence dissent and create divisions within free societies. The spokesperson added that the United States respects the robust political debate within allied nations like Germany, and that such empty threats and historical insult from Moscow will not deter the NATO alliance from its course. The incident serves as a clear reminder that as the physical war rages in the East, an equally fierce information war is being fought across Europe, with Russia actively seeking to isolate and punish any voice that calls for a stronger stand against it. Many of my listeners, like 70%, haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, and so many of you don't even know that you haven't subscribed, and that is actually what makes the show going. It's almost like you're making a donation to the show. So that's why I ask again and again, because it enables us to grow and grow and grow. And we're going for the long haul here. And listen, if this is your first time listening to Soak Heinrich, you don't have to subscribe. You guys, your first one's on me. But if you have watched this show before, it's like you are a freeloader now. So all I would ask you is, if you have seen this show before and you like it, help me, help my team here. Hit that subscribe and like button now. And we will continue to build this show for you. That I swear. Thank you to all of you guys who have subscribed. It means a lot to me. Thank you so much. That's all for me for today. I will see you soon. Bye for now.